Hi there, welcome to My Messy Fingers. I'm Charlie. I am going to be doing a walkthrough for you of an album that I made for Scrap and Create. They are an online scrapbooking store and they have provided me with this beautiful collection by Ciao Bella. It is called Wizard Academy. The album measures 9 by 9 and we do have a 2.5-inch spine. Now, in the collection, there was a great combination of visual photos, visual papers, and a lot of these little cutouts that I wanted to fit in. I wanted the front of the album to be kind of the gateway into the album and into the Academy. So I fussy cut this out. It's on the strip at the bottom of one of the 12 by 12 packs. It did take 2 of the double-sided 12 by 12s and 2 of the 8 patterned packets in order to build this album, and I literally used every single sheet. There wasn't a sheet left over. Some scraps, but not a sheet left over. So on the front of this, I used this archway with the stairwell going into the Academy. I fussy cut out the owl and mounted him on just a small slight piece of chipboard, and then I fussy cut out the broom, some of these bottles, the toad, and then put on these gears and these brass corner brackets. Those were provided to me by Scrap and Create with the collection. And from my understanding, if you buy the collection from them to make this album, they will include these brass trinkets. There were a lot of them. So just to let you know that while supplies last, that they would do that. I took this piece and then this back piece here that's on the spine. See if I can lay this down. That's on the spine. These were connected, but I cut this so that it would cut to fit here, but I wanted this image here for my spine. I thought it was a beautiful image, and I thought it would make a great image for the spine. And then we have the back piece with all the chest pieces. Now, my vision of this was to do this in black cardstock, but there are so many muted grays and browns in this paper collection that I felt that it was kind of melding into the black. I wanted it to stand up against that. So I got some purple cardstock because I wanted to pick up some of the purple hues that are in this collection, and I put it in between the black cardstock and the paper collection, and it allows for it, in my opinion, to stand up a little bit so that it's not blending in. And I did that on the spine, and I did that on the back as well. Okay, so getting inside here, this is your left inside panel. I used one of the 4x6 cards to create the closure with the castle as the other one on the back side. We have pockets throughout, and there are several trinkets that they provided me in a little beautiful gold bag, and I used the trinkets as the tag pulls for the cards that are coming out of that large pocket. Adds a little bit of an element for you. Use some of the lettering off of the block of word letters that you have on the bottom, and then put this piece here. And then I went into the cut aparts and I cut this out. I wanted some color and used one of the cutout cards to make a tuck in behind here. Now this piece here opens up this way. Now this is a full 12 by 12 sheet, and this is an 8.5 by 6 standalone piece. but it is the mirror of the extension of the buildings that's on the 12 by 12. So I took the 8.5 by 6 piece and I fussy cut around it and then backed it on black cardstock, and then I taped it here and here, and I made a pocket out of it. So you got a nice big deep pocket for those big deep long items. And then we open this up and we have a pocket here using one of the postcards. And then this piece here, I just adored this mouse and I wanted him to kind of have a centerpiece. So I used this 12 by 12 sheet, keeping him here in the left corner, and then cut this off. I love this image right here. So it looks like the mouse is watching somebody kind of tiptoe, or maybe those are the mouse's tracks, who knows. And then a part of the leftovers, making a photo mat. And then this piece here is next to this. So I trimmed it and then used these as the front. Open it up and I fussy cut out a hat. And then along the bottom of this piece and this piece was a row of square emblems or spaces that look just like this. So I cut them in half or cut them apart and then made a little fold out card for the tuck. And then this image here, which I just adore, and we're going to use this image again later in the album. Another tuck, and here's another one of those cute little bronze tags pulls that I'm using. And then this opens up, beautiful, what looks like to be a greenhouse, indoor greenhouse. And then I took some scraps and made the pockets that we have here, leaving you lots of room for very large photos, and you can even take a dark pen and journal on here if you wish. And then on this page, I took the library books, I cut them in half, cut this out, and fussy cut it with adding it to black cardstock and some extra chipboard that was left over, and I popped this up. And then we have the broom. And then this opens up, and in here is where the large card pull-out is, and it's a pocket so that you've got some extra items. Okay. Nope, this is opening up the wrong way. And then this piece here, I loved this diamond-shaped red piece of paper, but I felt it was too much just to be a page. So what I did was I cut to fit this piece and this to just kind of gently sit in there so that this was actually the framework, so that it gave it some depth and some color. Created a little card for journaling. And then here we have this beautiful piece with the old chair and the fireplace and some books. And I wanted it to appear that the person was sitting next to a wall of books in the library. So that's why. And this came out of my scraps. So I'm utilizing it in that fashion. And then this piece here is actually to the left of the chair. So when I cut that off, I actually used it in here to make a pocket. It has a saying down here that says, "Time to make the magic happen." I thought that was pretty cool. Lots of room here for journaling. It's a great open basic page. Doesn't have a lot of coloring to it, so you could journal on that very easily or put a photo. And then we have this page with the pocket and a tuck behind here. And then here we're back to using the 12 by 12 sheet that had the chess pieces on it. And here we open this up. On this side, again, we have a pocket pull. And as you can see, this is a cute owl. That was a part of the trinkets. And then I love this piece, this bronze piece here. It's got some soft white lettering. I love the cracks. I just think that that's outstanding. Makes great for photo mats. A little dark for journaling, but it's great for photo mats. Here we have a waterfall. And I covered all the front pages. And I did not have enough scraps that were suitable or large enough to fill these, so I'm just going to leave them the way they are. But I did take some matching scraps and I cut a 3/8 of an inch strip, because this is a 1/2 inch gusset, and covered these so it would help break up a lot of that black. And then down here we have a pocket, and we have the top part of the 12 by 12 piece that went with the chest pieces. And then on this page, this is one 12 by 12 sheet, these two pieces here. And on the front, I fussy cut out Good Things Take Time, mounted it on black cardstock, and then used some chipboard to help pop it up off the page so there was some depth there. And then here's another pullout, and here's another one of those cute tags. It looks like it's a castle. And then we open this up. This pattern here that you see is actually on the back side of this piece. So I wanted to kind of continue in that theme. So we do have it on both sides of each of the page panels. We have a pocket over here with a tuck. Fussy cutting these out here and putting them on black cardstock. This came out of your cut-aparts. I just mounted it on black cardstock, put a little bit of tape here and here so that it had a tuck, and then we have a pocket. And this piece here is a part of this. It comes off the bottom. So I'm trying to include and continue with the theme on this. Beautiful piece. Again, I love this. I love the cracks. I just think they're cool. And then we have a big pocket. And this piece here, again, allows, it's light enough that you can do some journaling or put a big photo. And then this is the piece I told you we would be playing with again, that we used up here in the front of the album. So this is an 8.5 by 6 piece. It stands alone. There are 3 cards that are along with it, and then you've got your alphabet lettering, I do believe, across the bottom. What I did with this piece, unlike the early one in the book, is I took my craft knife and I very carefully cut this archway out and the cat. I did not separate them because I thought it would look kind of funny if I did. So I cut them all out as one piece, mounted it on some chipboard so that there was some sturdiness to it, and then I used foam pop-ups to pop it up so it's coming off the page. I wanted it to actually look like an active entrance rather than a flat surface. Now, in the build, I let you know that you don't have to do this. You can just leave this piece flat, but I think it adds a great element by fussy cutting and pulling it up off the page. And here we have another pullout with a little treasure chest as the trinket. And then this is beautiful. Here are these cracks again. I don't know why I'm so enamored with that, but I am. This is a beautiful soft green. And then we have in here, we've got the another tuck. We have a pocket. We've got a pocket over here with another tuck, cutting out the little cutout cards. And then this piece here is a big, large cut apart, and I simply cut it out, framed it in, and used it as a tuck rather than another pocket. And then on the last one, the last page, we have again a pocket, and I'm using a clock as the trinket. This piece is side by side with this piece, with the wizard and the cat. I cut it to shape this album section here, but what I did do was I went in and very carefully cut out all 4 elements, and they're all separate. So I very carefully cut along where they joined. I mounted them on some chipboard so I could pull them up off the page. And then I double mounted this one so that it sat up a little bit higher. So it gives some depth to this opening of this signature. And then we get in here and we've got the owl again with a pocket. And then we've got the castle. And then we get in here. I love this. It said, don't mess with a wizard when he's wizarding. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right. But this is also a tuck. And then I love this green pattern. I just think it is so pretty. So I didn't do anything with it. If you want to take some of your smaller scraps and make some pockets, backing it on black cardstock, you can. Or you can just put some nice photos on both of these. This piece here is the bottom to this. So it sits down here. I thought it was so pretty, so I just simply fussy cut around it. There were some extra bottles in here, but what happened when I cut this page, I cut the tops off to the bottles, and I thought, well, I'm just going to cut them out. They don't have tops on them. Backed it on black cardstock, and then made a pocket out of it. And then you get inside here, and we have another tuck. We have another tuck here. And then I left this page just as it is. I find this to be absolutely elegant. And then to see this here across the bottom, looks like an old-fashioned piece of paper that over time has cracked and curled, and it's got some beautiful floral images. So I did not want to cover that up, so I'm just leaving that as it is. And that, my friends, is Ciao Bella's Wizard Academy. And I really want to give a nice big shout out to Scrap and Create for trusting me with my own image of how I'm going to put this album together. It is a hefty album. It's a beast. So if you like that kind of an album, I would love for you to make this and then leave me some comments down below. Thank you for watching.